And we're back with the book club in the second installment. As a recurring theme, we're looking at another book from Royal Road. This book is called The Essence of Cultivation by, I'm gonna ruin this, Agranulocytosis? That's wrong. So, I'll just read the synopsis and we'll get right into the book. After experiencing 5 years in adventurous life, Arcanist Sylar Worshin now spends his days catching up on developments in essence studies and teasing apart the functions of arcane trinkets and artifacts discovered by him and his companions throughout their time traveling the realms of Resham. An unexpected accident during the study of his latest subject of intrigue, however, displaces him across the planes beyond what any known spell is capable of achieving. Now finding himself lost in a realm which rich in previously limited transcendental essences, however, does he truly even want to return back to his old world? If nothing else, learning new spell structures by observing the local mages should prove entertaining. Sure, there were new dangers in this foreign world, but they wouldn't be anything a fancy bit of spell work couldn't solve. Though he would appreciate it greatly if someone could explain to him just what this cultivation business was, why the local mages were all muscle-brained freaks obsessed with immortality, and why they all seemed to lack any appreciation for the finer details of essence manipulation. That would be nice. So honestly, beyond my terrible blunders, this is once again, another cultivation-esque story. So main character, as in the synopsis, magic heavy, same elements as this, now cultivation heavy intrigue. Honestly, I think there's 10 chapters. Yeah, there's only 10 chapters. They're all really well written. It's a really interesting story, really interesting character, and for what's available is really interesting development. Sadly enough, the author has pointed out that he may randomly drop this because he has other fiction which he's also randomly dropped, and he doesn't know when he'll be getting back to it. So the 10 chapters we have are all we have potentially for quite a while. The 10 chapters we have, though, are really quite good. We are looking at the first chapter came out 5 months ago at the time of recording, while the next chapter was 2 months ago, so 3 months after the first, and then the last were all about a month ago, beginning of this year, 2021. The build-up to the story, so I feel a little more confident that I can spoil a little of this story, because there's a very good chance that not a lot more is going to come out. What we have as a story is this interesting development of a character who runs into a interesting system where he slowly learns to redevelop his magic and build up to it. For what's there, it's not quite a lot of work. But, as I will say, the man who is the author of this book has a name that I can't even attempt to count or say. His book, though, is in the top 3, which I feel like it's really exciting because it's a really well-written book, but it has this major problem where we don't know if we're going to get getting more of this book. And as it's with the top 3, we have a lot of really, 5-star reviews. No one really hates on it, mostly because it's really well-written, it's well thought about. Story development really isn't there yet, but we're looking at 10 chapters in, so we're not really delving deep into an overarching storyline. I'll recommend this, and I also recommend some of his other works, but I will say it's definitely a disappointment that we're probably not going to see a lot more of this. So, as is going to be recurring, I'll just do some mild admin here. A lot of these stories are all available on Royal Road, and that's the main website that I pick my books and stories from for the book club. So you're going to be seeing a lot of it. Thankfully, though, depending on the stories we're looking at, we can start looking at ones which have a more developed storyline or ones which are more web serial slice of life. So depending on the type of story, I might give more in-depth analysis or descriptions of the chapters, depending how I feel about it. I will say, however, I'm a big fan of slice of life, so those are going to come up a lot, and to avoid spoiling big portions of those stories, I'll try and avoid talking about them. Also, I will say I do read the entirety of what's available to me before I make a book club about it. But I think that's it for today, and have a wonderful evening, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time on Book Club.